Melanie Lee, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different and just completely honest with myself and with you guys. This is obviously very challenging, and there's just so many things that is going to be covered in this video. So to get started, I have been pretty much plant-based vegan for about 3.5 years now, and the last year or so I've very much so been struggling in hundreds of different ways. I also mentioned in another video that I did have some stomach issues about 2 years ago in the winter. I basically had a crazy concoction of foods and my stomach blew up and I had to go to the hospital. I was in so much pain, and this is the first time I've ever had any symptoms of bloating at all. I was never someone that would eat and like look or feel bloated. I would definitely feel full and uncomfortable, but I was never like bloated. And even when I was on my period, I never had any bloating problems or anything like that. So this is the first time I've ever been bloated. So I was in so much pain. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. They thought I had an appendicitis, so they tried giving me a ultrasound to see. They couldn't even see my appendix or anything else because there was so much gas up in my gut. It was giving me anxiety because it was coming up into my lungs and I couldn't breathe. The whole experience was just awful. I never wish it upon anyone. I actually thought I was going to die. And yeah, it was just crazy. But after 6 hours being in the hospital and being on morphine and tons of other medications that, by the way, didn't work because no pain medications can apparently not take away intestinal pain. So I was drugged out but still feeling everything. So that just made it very exhausting. But anyways, at the end, the doctor came in after giving me a full CAT scan and said basically your intestines can only grow up to 4 centimeters, and somehow mine grew up to 9 centimeters. And if I went on any longer, my intestines would have just bursted open and I would have died immediately. But anyways, since then, I've been getting so many different bloating symptoms, and every time I do get the tiniest amount of bloat, it instantly kind of triggers me. I don't want to say it like that, but it does kind of bring back the same feelings of, oh gosh, it's happening, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor again, I feel sick, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. So in a sense, I do have a little bit of anxiety coming from getting bloated and the fact that it does really push up into my lungs, and that does make it very uncomfortable for me. So currently, I have been dealing with bloating since then almost every single time I put something in my mouth. And it has gotten to the point where I'm extremely exhausted. I am tired. I'm hungry, but the thought of food disgusts me. I'm constantly thinking about food, and that's all I think about. I've gained weight. There's just so many problems I've been having, and it just, other people have been noticing it in my skin, in my attitude, I would say, in everything. So it's definitely affected me so much where I know I'm not getting the enough nutrients I need. I know I'm not eating as healthy as I could be. I was literally just a few days ago at the point of I will literally do anything to not feel like this anymore and to feel like I'm in control of my body. So recently I was talking to someone in my family who is a biologist and chemist, and they're very familiar with nutrition, and I decided to listen to their advice. And they are not vegan, but they do recommend, and what she does is only eats eggs and fish, and that's it. And that's all she feels comfortable eating on an ethical level. And so I totally understand from that point of view. And basically what she told me is I need to eat more pure and more balanced and more whole foods, which I agree, and to try introducing salmon into my diet again, and eggs. And I will definitely not be putting eggs into my diet anytime soon, or I think ever for the rest of my life. But I did try salmon this weekend. So that is the first time I've had meat in 3 years, and I can tell you as of right now how that made me feel was terrible. I had salmon 3 nights in a row. Probably shouldn't have overdone it like that, but the first night I had it, I felt extremely bloated again, but this time the pain wasn't just from swelling and feeling uncomfortable, and it was way different. It was actually like stabbing pains in certain areas, and it was kind of more bloat than normal. And I'll show you pictures of what that looked like compared to what I usually look like waking up. And the problem is too, the thing that I've been freaking out about is that this bloat, when I do have bloat, it lasts for like 2 days, and then I just keep eating, and then so it lasts again and again. So it's just very hard to understand. So I'm thinking that it could be something from a food allergy, a food intolerance, food combining. So my diet currently is very difficult, and I still will call myself plant-based and vegan because I don't plan on eating meat again. The way my life is right now, it is just so difficult. My work schedule, going out to dinner every night. So when you do go out to dinner, my basic options, very limited on what I can eat. So basically it's broccoli, which also bloats me, rice bloats me, beans can't have, bloats me, potatoes bloats me, sweet potato fries bloats me. Every single thing I eat is just the only things that I can eat there, and the only things that I can order, breads, everything. My body is like, I can't have it. My diet is literally 100% carbs. That's literally all I can eat. Being vegan, eating out, and with the lifestyle that I have, and of course I want to change it, and I want to so bad, but it's the fact that currently, like, it's so hard for me to, because the situation I'm actually stuck in. I'm kind of all over the place in this story, so sorry if this doesn't really make sense, but I'm just kind of like free talking and getting it all out. So my body's not agreeing with anything that I'm eating. I would also agree that it's not what I'm meant to be eating or supposed to be eating. I'm definitely not getting enough vegetables. And see, the thing is, I actually really do like salads, but then when you go and they only have certain salads that you can get, and you're like, okay, well, that's not gonna fill me up, because whatever the reason is, I'll add more avocado, but then it's like $15 for this salad that I just took all these things off of, and I'm just getting lettuce and avocado, and I can't have the dressing because either A, it has sugar, or it's not vegan, or it's not healthy, or it doesn't sound good, or anything. So I have to like bother them, ask for custom things, which is fine. I don't mind bothering people to get what I need. Lots and lots and lots of soy products, which everyone's like, don't eat soy, it's so bad for you, whatever. I found really great things about soy and how it's, I don't want to say affected my body, because I really don't think it has infected my body, but I would like to say in general, being vegan and eating more plant-based foods, just being junk food vegan in general with like veggie burgers and different things, even that has helped my body so much from how it used to be. But as of right now, basically being vegan in general has helped my body so much from where it started. And I think as of right now, my body has just plateaued in everything because I'm eating too, I don't know. I just don't know. I really was wanting to go to a doctor and to figure it out, but at the same time I'm like, okay, they're doctors, yes, and that's what they do, but at the same time I really don't want a biased opinion of my choices. I know that sounds terrible, but I mean, that's why I'm so stuck, because I'm stuck in this vegan thing where, like, you know, there's Bonnie Rebecca who just made a video about why she's no longer vegan because she has leaky gut and her boyfriend has this and that, and nothing that they did worked. And I'm starting to feel like I'm funneling down the same tube, but I really don't want to give up. And it's not even something that you give up because it's not, because it is how you're supposed to eat. It is all of these things, but then why are all these things happening? And why do I feel the way I do? But then I have to step back and be like, oh yeah, because I'm not eating like how it really should be. And then here's the crappy part, where I think this is where it gets kind of sad. Where people who are obviously way not healthy at all, and I would point out some people in my family. Some people that I know are extremely obese and they eat terrible. Obviously that might be why they are obese. But at the same time, they're eating these things, like I'll have a veggie burger, and this person will have like an actual burger with fries and more ketchup and all these other things, and I don't mess with ketchup and all that crap. I don't like sugar. But and desserts and Dr. Peppers and all these things, like several people I know, they have no health problems besides their weight. And yes, I may be skinnier, and I'm having problems with digestion and gut and skin and like feeling foggy and not feeling motivated, and having a terrible relationship with food because every time I eat, it makes me feel like crap. But these people can keep going on and eating hamburgers all day and pizza, fries, and desserts, and they can just carry on, including even people that are skinny, and they can eat like that, and they have no digestion problems at all. So I'm just kind of at the point where, especially over this weekend, I was in Minnesota, I was in Minneapolis, and I decided, you know, I'm going to do anything to hopefully try to make myself feel better. And this person that I was telling you earlier that is very familiar with nutrition and all this told me, yeah, definitely do salmon because it really will increase omega-3s, and that's going to help you in so many different ways. And so I did it, and the first night I got really bad like stomach bloating, really bad bloating, but stabbing pains. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just because I'm not used to eating like this, right? And then I asked that person about it, and they said, no, like your body, it will always remember how to break down proteins, whether it's plant proteins or animal proteins, right? So I was like, okay, I'll try it again. I'm gonna lower the carbs that I'm gonna have this day, not eat any oats, and I'll get into all that stuff in a little bit, but basically I just narrowed what I could have, like here, which is most people have like way over here. I'm already here, and I just narrowed it down like this. I tried the salmon for the second night, little less pain, but same kind of thing going, and then the third night it just blew up even worse than the first. So I was like, okay, salmon's not for me. It was delicious, I gotta be honest. I've always loved salmon, and that was actually one of the last things I took out of my diet because it's really good. But at the same time, mercury and the things that fish are fed, and so I'm trying to think, okay, maybe all of these fish, salmon dinners that I've had, they've been farmed where they're eating soy and corn and all these other things. So I kind of step back and take that into consideration. But see, then I'm like, oh my god, I have just like this like umbrella of stuff. I'm so sick of thinking about food and what I can and cannot have. And, you know, if I go out with my boyfriend's family or my family or just the two of us or by myself, I'm literally researching on my phone, can I eat this? Can I eat this? Or whatever. And I'm really just, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. And it's not like I think going back to not being vegan and eating hamburgers and pizza is gonna fix the problem. That's not gonna fix the problem. Another thing that this person recommended is to cut out. Limit of starchy carbs that I could have, sweet potatoes especially, but it's gonna be so hard because I love sweet potatoes. Grains like quinoa and couscous, wheat and gluten and all of these things. Beans especially, which I knew anyways because the lectin stuff. She also mentioned not to eat anything else with lectins in them. So again, like I said, I just took this starting off way out here, then to vegan, and then to whatever this is currently. I don't know what this is. It's not like paleo, it's not keto, it's not any of these other things. I don't even know what to call it. So then it's difficult for me to look up like recipes or like meal plans because I don't even know what I am. So anyways, yeah, just also hearing people's stories on YouTube of like especially Bonnie Rebecca, why she's no longer vegan. So confused, and I just want to hand this off to someone else and take my blood, take everything you need, and tell me what's wrong with me and fix me because we'll do anything to not feel like this anymore. Let me know if any of you guys are in the same boat that I am in right now because it can be exhausting, discouraging, and I have no even energy to like do anything. So that's just where I'm at currently. The brain fog is just a huge one. Not being able to even get up in the morning. It's literally like my body's like, something's wrong, I need to stay here longer, do something. I don't know what it's doing when I'm sleeping, but it just feels like it needs to have more time to do whatever it needs to do. Which unfortunately, this is my current situation today. And so I'm being real and honest and raw with you guys. This is not perfect. This is terrible. But this is something that I'm working on, and I want to just share my journey with you guys and how I'm getting better, because I'm literally so ready to just go in the correct decision that I want to go to. So, okay. This is the other thing I wanted to kind of briefly mention is like, how can I be giving someone information and giving you recommendations and advice if I can't even do it myself, right? So that's where I've been like struggling to like make a video and do stuff, is because I've been so just like in my head about those things. But I'm taking the standpoint of I know what needs to be done with myself, and what I need to do to fix my problems now. I think. Okay, got my chia pudding that I made. It's so cold. Last year, my boyfriend's family showed me a video of a podcast with a doctor. His name is Stephen R. Gundry, and I forget what podcast he was on. If I can find it, I'm gonna link it below for you guys. But basically, it just kind of talks about how lectins are really not made to be eaten. So I actually just got the book to follow up on that podcast of his. It's called The Plant Paradox. I got this actually at the Mall of America yesterday, and I found it at the perfect time because I was bloated, walking around in pain, and I was like, okay, enough's enough. I need something. And I saw this tomato and I saw the word plant, and I just went right to it. It challenges everything I actually believe in. And there's a part in here which says, you know, kind of let everything you thought you knew go, because you really don't know what is really going on with your gut and with what's happening. As of so far, I found it really good to be helpful. Really recommend this book and listening to that podcast. Another awesome thing I've been trying to understand and incorporate as well is his name. He's a doctor, and I found him on Instagram about a year ago, and he is the medical medium. He really recommends to drink celery juice, 16 ounces or more, pure celery juice, every day before you eat or drink anything else. And he's had stories on his Instagram about how it's cured cancer or all these other diseases and different things going on with certain people, rashes, eczema, acne, hair loss, so many different things. And that celery has this magical thing about it that it's gonna heal whatever. I've also read a lot that it can help bloating, so I took it upon myself to buy a juicer and do it myself. And I will say this, as of doing it consistently for about 2 weeks, I didn't ever make a video on it because I was just super in my head about the whole situation. Maybe I'll update and make another video about eating celery juice or drinking celery juice. But basically what I noticed for myself is that when I was currently bloated, like if I woke up still bloated from the night before or 2 days before or whatever, it would really help to decrease the bloat and make me instantly go to the bathroom. But the next day, I would be constipated, and I would have, after being constipated, and then eat, and then get more bloated, and because I'm putting the liquid in my body, I'm also getting bloated from that, and then the next day I'd do it, and then it'd make me lose that from the previous day. And so it was just really weird. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening, coming here to understand my current situations.